Shalom, brothers and sisters. Now, it's one of the main reasons I pray and say to the Lord, really, we're out of runway. We can't wait anymore. We need to go. One of the main reasons for that. I'm quite happy to keep preaching and spreading the light and doing what I can to save as many as I can while we're here with the Holy Spirit's assistance, obviously. But the children that are facing this overwhelming darkness coming at them from every angle, the attacks are everywhere on your kids. And it's so sick and twisted at the moment. Now, this next article that I'm going to go through with you, there's two of them. Some of you might not even want to listen to this one. It makes me so angry that if I had to find these people doing these kind of things, this ministry would become a prison ministry immediately. Because, no, it's just so evil what the enemy is doing and what he is aiming at your children and at the ages of these kids. So, start with the first one. The German government is considering allowing body exploration rooms for children. Germany's top professional association on sexuality and partnership, Pro Familia, is lobbying the government to force daycare centers to implement body exploration rooms and sexual games for young children. What happened to letting kids be kids? Sorry. The issue was first reported by news outlet Bild, who revealed that parents were sent an email from an Arbeiterwohlfahrt, AWO, daycare center in the Hanover region, which presented a list of 10 rules explaining how children in the body exploration room would be encouraged to pet and examine themselves and other children. All children, especially preschoolers, are aware of the places in the facility where nudity and body exploration take place. Each child decides for themselves whether and with whom they want to play physical and sexual games. Girls and boys examine each other only as much as is comfortable for the children. How sick is this? And there's adults working here, obviously. One shocked father said, "My daughter is 5 years old. I don't want boys groping her. I have another child in another center and there is no such thing happening." Last year, Redux also reported on a play about a minor attracted person that was funded by the German national government and the Berlin Senate, titled A Map's Tale, as they try and normalize the sickness. It's based on the true story of a pedophile named Adam who was interviewed by Luke Malone, a journalist. The play premiered on February 2023 at Theater Unterm Dach in Berlin, and in the play's description, pedophilia is labeled a sexual preference disorder and a sexual orientation. They're going to add MAP to their alphabet soup. LGBTQIA2S plus MAP. Sick, evil, twisted. Right? Okay? Deep breaths. Then I'll give you some facts from the World Health Organization and the United Nations. You can go dig into it on your own, but here's just a few in case you think, all right, World Health Organization and UN are sexualizing little children worldwide to normalize pedophilia. Schools must equip children to have sexual partners, says the UN and the WHO. This is a title of an article from Stop World Control, which has evidence to suggest the WHO and UN are sexualizing children in primary education worldwide for the purpose of normalizing pedophilia, which will become known as MAP. The report consists of nothing but solid evidence with many official documents. Little children are sexual beings who must have sexual partners and begin with sex as soon as possible. For this reason, kindergartens and elementary schools must teach children to develop lust and sexual desire, learn masturbation, same-sex relationships, online pornography, and different sexual techniques like oral sex. For a child, a small child, how evil and twisted is this world? The above is a summary of the official guidelines issued by the WHO and the UN to educational authorities worldwide. Meanwhile, judicial organizations are issuing statements that sex between children and adults should be legalized, while media outlets and political parties are calling for the acceptance of pedophilia as a normal sexual orientation. This is happening all over the world. You just need to go and look. The United Nations has issued a document, International Technical Guidance on Sexual Education, as if you need any advice from them. It is the official guideline for elementary schools around the world, and the goal of the document is described on page 16. I will be posting these on the community wall. On page 17, the United Nations explain that the guide is intended to help children build relationships with romantic or sexual partners. The agenda is to ensure that little children have sexual partners, and it's been further developed by the WHO. The document, Standards for Sexual Education in Europe, contains the following instructions for kindergarten. Children between 0 and 4 must learn about masturbation and develop an interest in their own and others' bodies. What the heck? Children between 4 and 6 must learn about masturbation and be encouraged to express their sexual needs and wishes. Children between 6 and 9 must learn about intercourse, online pornography, and having a secret love and self-stimulation. Children between 9 and 12 should have their first sexual experience and learn to use online pornography. And then all of this, to make it more sense for you, the logos on the United Nations International Technical Guidance on Sexual Education show that it's part of the UN Agenda 2030 Sustainable Development Goal. This whole sick sexualizing of our children is part of their 2030 goal, so they can destroy everything by that deadline, because that is when their time runs out. Protect your children from this sick, evil, pervasive wave that is rushing through everything, controlled or touched by governments, United Nations, World Health Organization, all of those people. Now more than ever, you need to protect your children and protect their innocence. These people are going to stand before the Most High God and explain these documents. And I am so glad I'm not them, but I will be there watching. Again, protect your children and pray for the kids' protection. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.